Vera Young. Vera Young's mother was a Mormon, and so was her father too, but he went just a little bit too far. This was way back in '61, when everyone that could was taking advantage of the covered wagon and loving it. Now Vera spent her childhood in pulling quills out of our feathered friends, the Indians, with no success at all, and reading Little Women up in the hayloft when her mother was out. Her father was always branding cattle. Branding, I said. And then she'd round up every cowboy she could find. They'd think of new stunts to do on horses and steers. One day Vera found she could turn a double somersault with each foot on a different horse. And rodeo was born. That was the beginning of the horse festival. And then one day her old man died. And Vera kissed Utah goodbye and came east where women are appreciated. She was one of those silly women that thought she had to marry her men. Now, her first husband couldn't speak English, and the second was tired right after the introduction. And the third was an old Turkish prince who would mark time in the Shah's harem. And when Vera found out that she was a very strong-minded woman, she beat him into Turkish paste, and besides she couldn't pronounce his name, so she called him Unique. After that, she began to realize things. In fact, she only married once more. Her last husband, Wally, was very, very nice indeed. But she didn't see him for years on end, where she spent most of her time. Now, don't think Vera had an easy time just because she had 30 million. There were so many yes men, so many gigolos in New York. So many young men who didn't care what they did as long as they made $10 a day. Had a free meal and a little soft bed to sleep in. But the bed had to be within whispering distance of Vera's, and unfortunately, she found out that most of them were deaf. Can you imagine her surprise one winter's day when she came back to her suite, which was the entire top floor of the Savoy Plaza, and found an invitation from all of her yes men and a couple of gigolos to a party to be given in her honor at her expense? Did she burn up? But she said, I'll let them give it and break them. In the middle of her own party, she tried to get in her own suite. But they tripped her up. She went in the bathroom to take a bath, but the tub was full of strangers. And a little fine from Harlem was trying on her very best jade earrings. Vera's heart was breaking. But she smiled through her heavy, heavy Helena Rubinstein. She seized a checkbook out of a stranger's hand and was thrown out of her own apartment. Downstairs she went to the desk. Mr. Stearns, here are the names of the gentlemen giving this party. If they don't pay, call on the police, and they won't. I'm off to Florida, where the sunshine makes people forget. Because you know the gigolo is like the grasshopper, and jumping gets awfully tiresome after you've been pounced on as much as I have. So if they don't pay, turn them out in the snow and let them die like rats in Central Park.